Yeah, it's not the outcome we were hoping for, not the outcome we wanted. I just thought, just can't say how proud I am of this team, how hard they played out there. And obviously it was a little rough go to start there, but our guys didn't flinch, and these guys did a good job of battling back, putting themselves in a situation to get back in the game, and obviously put them in a situation to take the lead there. But I just can't say how proud I am of the way every single one of the guys in that locker room and on that field today battled. And obviously they're all competitors. We're all competitors, and you don't like to lose. But we gotta learn from this. Got to wash it, and then we got to prepare ourselves. We got a short week. We got to get ourselves ready for Princeton. But these three guys right here are a big part of what we do here and the success we've had here. And I know, knowing these guys, they're going to bounce back from this and learn from it, and get ready to prepare ourselves next week.
Question for the student athletes. I can start. Is this a good one? So I'll start with Proc. Coming off a 3-game hiatus, I know it's tough to come into an atmosphere like this, homecoming weekend, big crowd. Did it feel like the start of a new season coming in after 3 games, not having played? What's the mindset?
No, I mean, I think obviously we had guys that stepped up and did a good job in those 3 weeks, but I did my best to stay ready, whether that was mental reps or doing extra conditioning or whatnot. And I think the 3 weeks, it was a lot, but I think I was able to jump in running during this game. Obviously, it wasn't the outcome we would have wanted, but all we have to do is wash it and move on. So Princeton next week, short week, and we're just going to keep battling.
You guys have been so good at winning the close games this year. What was missing today? Anything that you needed down the stretch that you didn't have today, or?
I mean, Yeah, I mean, I just think there's situations where you gotta we had opportunities to get them off the field there offensively, and we just we've got to be able to do that. And then offensively, we had a chance there, that one drive to keep the drive going. And but it's a combination of stuff. It's everything. It just we put ourselves in a situation there to try to win the game at the end of the game, and that's all you can ask for. And we just came up short.
Jack Zipper for the Dartmouth. Question for Micah. You had a hell of a game today, 8 tackles and a sack. What lessons can you take away this game going into the home stretch?
I'd just say, the main lessons we can take away are just to keep chipping away and stop having close games. I mean, we've won 6 close games in a row, well, besides Fordham. The goal is just to get a lead and keep the lead and just play hard with your brothers. I felt like today everybody came out with a chip on their shoulder. I mean, we were the underdogs in this game, like we always are. But everybody came out with the chip on their shoulder like they always do. And like Coach said, we just came up short, and sometimes that just happens.
Then a follow-up for Coach McCorkle. You still got a couple or 3 pretty tough games kind of down the stretch, and now you're in a 3-way title race. What are you taking away from this game to make sure that you stay in control of this title?
Yeah, we don't worry about the title. We don't worry about 3 games. We worry about the next game. We're gonna, like I said, we're gonna watch this tape. We're gonna learn from it. We're gonna make some corrections. And there's a lot of good plays out there today. A lot of good plays, and we can build on that. And like I said, we're gonna watch this tomorrow, get it out of our system. But where our complete focus is gonna be on Princeton. I don't care about anything else but Princeton. That's gonna be our focus going forward.
I'll ask Patrick and then I'll go to Micah, but it was 3rd and 3, 32-yard line. You guys are up 27-24, that final drive for Harvard. They obviously ran it on that 3rd down, and then 4th down they did that little hitch route. Were you expecting pass on that 4th down?
First off, I just want to say thank you to my Lord and Savior Jesus Christ for letting me be here today. But for that whole series, I felt like the linebackers and the D-line were doing their thing. They were not letting them run the ball. So on that 3rd down, I wasn't surprised when they ran the ball, to be honest, because they were just trying to see if they could get it, and obviously they didn't. On the 4th down, I personally did have a pretty good feeling that they were going to try and pass the ball because that's what they've been having success with. But at the same time, we all just have to execute and do what we have to do. And I feel like today was a day that we left some plays out on the field, that being one of them, and a couple others. But we just got to move on and get better.
I'll ask you, and then Mike, you can just answer this one. But the final Harvard touchdown, obviously it was sort of their running quarterback who came in. Did you guys ever expect him to pass the ball when he came in, or did you know, hey, if 16's in, that's going to be a run?
They passed most of the time, but when he came in, we knew it was Q-lead Oz. We've seen the formation like 1,000 times. So they ran Q-lead Oz, and they just had good angles and ended up like it's a game of inches. I mean, he barely crossed the pylon, but at the end of the day, he crossed it. So we just kind of got to live with it. It was a combination of mistakes that led them to that situation. So it's not like it's just that play, but we knew he was going to run the ball. We knew it was going to be Q-lead Oz. We just got to make the play for real.
And one for got the ball back with, I think it was 27 seconds. You guys are a team that can handle pressure. You have a good 2-minute offense. How much faith did you have that you guys were gonna drive down? You had 3 successful plays and then had a realistic shot.
Yeah, a ton of faith. I mean, we work on it every week. We've been working on it for, as long as I've been here. And so I think a lot of the guys who were there, they knew, what we had to do, and we just had to get to a certain point on the field where we could take a shot, and we did. And obviously we came up short, but, like the other guys were saying, that's just kind of how it goes. So, I'm proud of our guys. They did a good job, especially in that last 2-minute, getting ourselves down there in the right position. But, all we can do is, again, just move on and keep chipping away.
Coach Praveen from the Harvard Crimson. I'm curious if you could talk a little bit more about the challenge of preparing for and defending, a very versatile player like Charles DePrima, number 16.
Yeah, I mean, we faced good players all year. You know what I mean? Obviously, he's a good football player, and that's what you do all week. And the hope is to be able to put yourself in a situation where you can take care of business. And I thought we did that overall. I thought we did a good job coverage-wise, taking away those first windows for him. And I thought our D-line did a good job of making him have to get out of that pocket, and we wanted to make him feel comfortable. But he did a good job. Obviously, sometimes they're getting out of that pocket, especially on that 4th and 10. Did a good job of getting out of there and completing that ball on the sideline. He's a good football player. But, you always prepare and go from there.
For you, Paxton was not there today. I know that probably threw off the offense a little bit. He had sort of been one of your go-to guys. How much of an effect was that? Did that mess up the schemes at all in your reads?
No, obviously Paxton's a really good player, but we had guys who stepped up, and, we expect a lot out of our guys, and that's what we, needed them to do, and they did. And we had plenty of guys who, played in a role that they, haven't played before. And, I'll say Luke Reeves, he's a freshman, and, I thought he did a really good job. And so, again, we're going to, home stretch, we're going to need guys to step up. And so, obviously, again, not how we wanted it to be, but, just keep chipping away.